You see persuasive messages every day in your inbox, in your social media. It's the way of the world now. It's the way we reach each other in order to persuade a customer, client, a company to go along with ideas. Your skills to be able to put together persuasive messages are very important since management teams have shrunk through the years, and team efforts are very important as well. Because of the size, reach, and speed of persuasive messages, techniques used by organizations are very important since the management layers have shrunk and you're using persuasion as a way to tell someone about something and get them to do something. The customers and clients are very well informed. Persuasion techniques start with establishing credibility, and that means either your individual credibility or your company's credibility. You can also make a request, focus on the benefits to your audience in your message, try to convince them that they will lose something or not gain as much if they don't go along with whatever it is you're trying to sell. Sometimes you have to expect pushback, and that can be because of a cost or inconvenience in some way, and you have to overcome that in order to persuade them to say yes. Solutions and compromises are also a technique for persuasion as well. AIDA means attention, interest, desire, and action. These are the different ways that you can convince your audience to say yes. You have to be ethical, and that means be truthful, believable, stick to the facts, never exaggerate, don't mislead your audience, and do not leave out critical information. When you focus on the benefits, this is really how you zero in on the audience. What will they gain from using your product or service? The direct benefit is right there up front. You can see it. Indirect is something you have to flush out a little bit so that they will understand that there's a secondary benefit to your product or service. When you're in the management team and you're sending a message to the staff, you are persuading them to perhaps participate in something or join a program that will help the company succeed in different ways. Often you have to provide instructions and directives from the management level. You have to persuade your staff to be involved, and you have to consider the tone of the words that you're choosing. When messages are going up to the management team, what do management and supervisors in the top echelon of a company want to know? They want to know the facts, the figures, the dollar figure, the benefits there, how programs are succeeding. Also, choose words that show confidence and no emotion when you're pitching your idea. You want to be able to say, "We know this will happen," instead of, "We believe this will happen." You have to choose appropriate words. "We suggest," "We recommend," "You can consider this," instead of, "You must do this." Organizations do write press releases, and many times the hope is that a news organization will pick up this press release and develop a story out of that press release. So you have to come up with a really good hook that is going to influence an editor, a writer, a producer. And this can involve products, management changes, some sort of program that's going to be offered to the public. Let's use the example of a press release about a company's new facility. Well, maybe that's going to give an economic boost to an area that has had some economic hits lately. So that will become a story in a reporter's point of view. It might not necessarily focus completely on the company, but there will be mentions of the company in the news story. So a press release can help. You can never expect a press release to be used verbatim in legitimate news media. That attention-getting lead or summary of the facts will cover who, what, when, where, why, and how. Not necessarily in the first sentence, but near the top of the article. And it appeals to the audience that the company is hoping to attract and, of course, gain the attention of a publication or news operation. That's a summary of Persuasive and Sales Messages, Chapter 10. You'll want to take a deeper dive into Chapter 10 so that your team can find the right way to approach your message in your team project.